Continue on with our NFL draft prospect profiles today. We have Mike Green, defensive end out of the Marshall Thundering Herd. Mike Green was a participant down at the Senior Bowl. Came in weighing a little bit more than his profile had said before. Not much. He was 248 before, 251. I think Dennis Allen likes a little bit bigger of a defensive end, but you can't deny this guy has a relentless motor and pursuit. Led college football at every level in multiple stats this last year. 17 sacks, 56 total pressures, defensive grade, run defensive grade, pass rush. So there's no flaws in this guy, right? Well, you look in the middle of the screen, and there are some flaws that might show up at the next level. His hands are only 8 5/8, which you might say, well, he's the defense. He's hitting into the offense, right? No, you need to be able to win the hand-fighting battle. His weight's a little bit small, and his wingspan's a little bit low. How will that compare against NFL-caliber defense? Offense. Well, that's to be determined. He put up some good video in different situations. I'm going to show you 3 clips of the same thing here at the Senior Bowl. It's kind of what got the buzz going about it. Moved him up from a third-round prospect to a second-round prospect-ish first-round prospect. But he did have, unlike some other mid-major schools, some other smaller competition schools, he did have the small schools he played against: Southern Miss, Coastal Carolina, Georgia State. But he does have on his resume Ohio State and Virginia Tech from this year. Unfortunately, those are some of his lower-rated games from this year. Not the lowest rated, so he put up decent things in those games. Had a big sack against Ohio State, which was big, but not consistent enough to be able to say, well, at the next level, he's going to be dominant. These stats all stood off the page, and this guy is going to be a freak against every NFL team. Just don't know enough yet, but he did show up at the Senior Bowl. Here's 3 clips from the Senior Bowl. All of these are going to be the exact same play. I want to leave the sound on because you can see how excited everybody got for them.
We have seen plenty of smaller school players.
Okay, so maybe that was more than a clip or two, but everyone got excited over that hit that he made. And for those wondering, that was Josh Conerly Jr., who is a very high tackle prospect from Oregon, someone that I have very high as well, and absolutely got run over. So did so well at the practices for Senior Bowl. He ended up taking off a little bit early and didn't participate in the game, and prepare for the NFL draft as his excuse for that. But at 6'4", 250 pounds, many think he'll fit better in a 3-4 scheme. A lot of comparisons to Nolan Smith. So a lot of Eagles fans really want to pick up Mike Green. As you can see here below, 2nd overall in run defense, 7th overall in pass rush grade, 7th in total pressures, 1st in overall sacks. But again, a lot of those are against Stony Brook and Appalachian State and Georgia State and Louisiana Monroe. But when you watch him on tape, he has really good technique that I think can be refined by coaches at the next level. His ghost move, his swim move, his duck under, his fake out moves. He's got really good technique. And I do think much of it will translate to the NFL. I do think he has some work to do, but he is NFL ready. I don't think he's just quite as big as Dennis Allen wants for his defensive end. There's so many big defensive ends in this class, 260, 270, 280-pound guys that can still move very quickly. Now, Mike Green is one of the quickest. If you're looking at 40 time, 4.57, but I do want to see at the combine how he works out the rest of it, but I'm still going to have in the back of my mind those hands and arms and span, that there are other options that are bigger, and the level of competition he played against. So many will have him as a first-round comp now after the Senior Bowl. Many will have him at the beginning of the 2nd round. Some still have him down in the 3rd round. I'm not in on the Bears taking him at all. I do think some team with his tape, with those swim moves, with those ghost moves, with the duck under moves that he possesses, I think someone will take him in the 1st, 2nd round. I don't want the Bears to be in on Mike Green. Sorry for those who are in love with Mike Green. I know he's a very high prospect. I know he's got a lot of motor, and he could do very well. I just think this littler defensive end that plays this style, like Austin Booker with the overmotor and pursuit, we've already got one of those on the roster. I want to see a bigger guy. Now, you might say I'm out in left field. Let me know in the comments. I'm totally open to hearing your dissection of it, hearing your opposition. But I do think someone will take him at the end of the first round, maybe even the Eagles. A lot of Eagles fans really want him. I think maybe someone will take him end of first round, beginning second round. If he fell at 39 or 41, I wouldn't be opposed to it. I'm just not on board at all with those who say take him at 10 or even trade down to 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20 and take him there. I would rather have Walter Nolan, Kenneth Grant, and then into the defensive ends, Princely Umanmielen, who's not a ton bigger. I get that. Jack Sawyer, some of these defensive ends that have faced tougher competition as well in the next level. So from his scouting report, it says Green's calling card at the NFL level will be an edge defender with an explosive first step and sophisticated rush plan that keeps tackles off balance. That blend of speed and technique projects well to passing downs, though his 248-pound frame raises legitimate concerns about holding up against NFL offensive tackles. Again, my concern as well. In the run game, year one likely means a specialized role focusing on what he does best, hunting quarterbacks in sub-packages, basically coming in on passing downs, trying to be your pass rusher. As a stand-up rusher or in a 3-4 front, Green shows the tools to develop into more than just a situational pass rusher. His natural leverage and rapidly improving hand usage suggests room for growth, even if he'll never be a power player setting the edge, and I think we need that for the Bears. There's enough physicality on tape, particularly against tight ends, to project eventual three-down capabilities once his frame fills out a little bit more. Again, we're talking about an Austin Booker type of player for us. The key will be maintaining his rare movement skills while adding necessary mass. The Baltimore Ravens or San Francisco 49ers could maximize Green's skill set in the late first round, deploying him strategically while he develops. His wrestling background and steep improvement curve at Marshall hint at continued growth ahead. Still, teams must weigh his elite pass rush traits against physical limitations that may ultimately cap his ceiling. The floor appears to be a productive situational rusher with Pro Bowl upside if the developmental track continues upward. So I like Mike Green as a prospect. I think he's going to be fine in the NFL. I'm not as high because of, again, the mid-level competition. I do like the moves I see on tape, though. I do think he has a unique ability to dissect tackles, but that play right there, very low-level competition. The competition he faced Virginia Tech and Ohio State. That was it. So a lot of these stats are very padded from the competition that he faced, but he does show off on tape, and he looks very impressive with what you do watch from him. So I think there's very high upside. I just think with us taking Austin Booker, we need more of a defensive end that's going to match the other side of being a big defensive end, one that can contain the run a little bit better as well. So again, I've got him here going mid to late first round, but I'm going to be clear, I have the Bears out on Mike Green. I do not think the Bears will be looking for someone like Mike Green with already having Austin Booker on the roster and being able to have that type of skill set already on the team. So hope you guys enjoy the videos. Let me know your thoughts on Mike Green. I know a lot of you from the comments are very high on Mike Green. So if the Bears draft him, I won't be upset. There's so many tools and potential there. There's so much excitement around him. Do I think the Bears will pursue him? I would give it a very, very low probability that the Bears will go after Mike Green. That's just my personal opinion. That's why I'm making these videos. And so until the next one, the Bears, and bear down.